7 Ariane 5s, 2 Soyuz, and 3 Vegas, including 6 missions between January and the end of April. So the year promising to be a busy one. Those of you taking the broadcast in French are listening to our interpreters Marc Fermin and Alexandre Carillon. Some 1,700 people are working around the space base in all here in French Guiana, and our cameras are here in Jupiter, which is the heart of the action at the base, but many, many others are hard at work at many other sites across the range. You want to take you to one. This is the launch zone, where the launch management teams are working under the direction of the launch operations manager, tonight Nicolas Robin filling the role. Right now, 2 teams are working up there. One is responsible for ground operations, the other for readiness of the Ariane 5 vehicle itself. The launch site operations manager heads up one group. He coordinates with mission control here in Jupiter for final authorization to launch. When all the conditions are right, he and he alone then okays the automatic sequence at the 7-minute mark, which we saw. In all, about 100 people hard at work up there at the launch control, going over the final checks and the final verifications on all parts of Ariane's launch system. They are closer to the pad than we are here in Jupiter. We're about 15, 16 kilometers away. They are right there at 3 kilometers. 2.5 minutes to go until launch of the 91st Ariane 5 mission. Here in Jupiter, the VIPs and the invited guests on this side of the fishbowl will shortly begin to make their ways outside to watch the liftoff. The camera might pick them up. There are 2 terraces here on either side of the building that give a fine view onto the pad, and you can see what the skies look like, so we should have quite a sight. It's been raining on and off all week, but Ariane can fly in the rain. That's no problem. This is a split-screen image of the propellant feeder arms, liquid hydrogen on the left, liquid oxygen on the right. They are putting propellant into the upper stage tanks. You'll see these arms pull back at 5 seconds before ignition when the DDO calls out "sank." It's one of the last things you'll see before liftoff. We like to take a minute and mention it. The yellow bars right in the middle of your screen going into the upper stage. Minute and a half to go. The campaigns to ready both launcher and satellites that began here in French Guiana over a month ago are over. The full final countdown, which began 11 hours ago, is all but completed. We're down to the wire. Everything that has had to be done has been
À tous de
done.
DDO, attention pour moins 1 minute.
The DDO is going to call out the 1-minute mark, and we will approach the final 60 seconds.
Top, H0 moins 1 minute.
Give us a chance to say hello to all of our friends in Sao Paulo at Sky B1, to Telcom in Jakarta, Selamat Pagi, I hope I'm saying that right, very early morning to you. ATT DirecTV in Los Angeles, hi to the Airbus Defense and Space and the Thales Alenia Space teams in Europe, as well as Toulouse for the community of Ariane cities. Locally, hello to the Kourou, Sinamarique, and Cayenne sites here in French Guiana. And hi to all of our industrial partners, ISA and CNES, and to all of you following on the internet. We hope you are enjoying it. We're going to cut away, let you listen to the DDO as he calls out the final seconds. Watch for the cryo arms to open at -5 seconds. That sets
À
the
tous de
ignition
DDO,
sequence
attention
rolling.
pour le décompte final.
Final countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
So right on schedule at 18:39 local, Ariane 5 beginning her mission, lifting off perfectly and beautifully from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot
Tous
of
les
fire.
paramètres à bord sont normaux.
streaking through the clouds as the DDO says all is well on board, beginning her mission, the second for Ariane space this year, with 2 new telecom satellites for major regional operators. The 2 boosters are now providing 90% of the thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 775 tons is our mass at liftoff. She's burning 5 tons of fuel per second, 2.5 tons in each booster burning per second, and the core stage burning another 300 kilos every second. Ariane 5 is now following the program and the onboard computer, which gives all the orders, including stage separations, which we will soon see. We're in the first of 4 flight phases. We'll be describing each in turn and in detail so you can follow Ariane as she heads east across the Atlantic. Right now, the first flight phase, the single Vulcan core stage engine and the 2 boosters burning together. The boosters will burn their 240 tons in just over 2 minutes, and they're the first to be extinguished. You'll hear the DDO call out that milestone in about 20 seconds. We are 15 kilometers from the pad here, but even here you can feel the sensation of liftoff. If you're watching from the closest viewing station, less than 5 kilometers from the pad, you can really hear the noise and see the light. And you probably will be able to see the burnout of the boosters. That looks like the burnout of the boosters right there. Pick up on the camera.
Séparation des étages, accélération à poudre.
Video confirms it. You see the 2 orange points of light falling away on either side, and the white light in the middle, that's the core stage burning. The boosters, give you an idea what it looks like, fall 500 kilometers from shore in a protected area. There's a second booster out of camera range on the left, of course. French Guiana was in part chosen as a base for its opening on the water. We'll have a little more on that subject later on. For now, on the bottom of your screen on the left, our altitude approaching 100 kilometers. On the right, our speed, 2 kilometers per second. The speed we need for satellite separation, roughly 9 kilometers per second. So keep your eyes on the numbers, and when we near the region of 8 or 9 kilometers per second, you'll know we are getting close to satellite separation. There is fairing separation, right on time, revealing to the elements. The blue part is our first passenger.
Séparation de la coiffe.
Skybridge 01. Separation of the fairing is given by 2 pyrotechnic systems, one horizontal and one vertical. Again, what it looks like up there. The other half is at a camera range on the right. We can separate the fairing now because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere at over 100 kilometers up. There's neither friction nor heating which could disturb the passengers, and we also discard dead weight whenever possible to maximize performance. The fairing weighs almost 2.5 tons, so we can get rid of it now.
Début de la manœuvre en roulis.
We're into the second powered flight phase. The boosters have done their work. Only the single lower stage engine still burning now. It'll burn for about 9 minutes in all. Our speed is important now, and that's the role of the main stage. Cryogenic propellant is not only highly efficient, but provides a push that can last for a long time. You have noticed that there are different propulsion systems on Ariane 5. Cryogenics, as used in the main stage, are more efficient than solid propellant, which is used in the boosters. Basically speaking, solids are for getting us off the ground away from the pull of the Earth, while cryogenics are for more precision orienting of a vehicle. And of course, they can also allow a stage to be reignited in another version of Ariane 5. Ariane 5 is the heavy lift launcher. The other 2 members of the family, Soyuz, lifting middle-sized payloads, 2 and 3 tons, and Vega, the light lift vehicle for missions of 1 ton, roughly. Coming up, hopefully, is the first of a few launch replays. Here's the first one. You can re-experience those intense moments as Ariane 5 took off from the pad just over 5 minutes ago. We have cameras at several of the half-dozen Once a year, a launch is dedicated to a town that's part of the community of Ariane Cities Group. Tonight, that honor goes to Toulouse.
La trajectoire est nominale.
Voilà, tout s'est bien passé. Nous souhaitons un bon voyage à Ariane. Et moi, je vous dis à bientôt. Bonne soirée.